Iran's foreign minister says the ball is in Washington's court over whether or not the ceasefire deal holds. In a post on X, FM Araghchi says the Iran-US ceasefire terms are clear and explicit. The US must choose ceasefire or continued war via Israel. It cannot have both. The world sees the massacres in Lebanon. The ball is in the US court, and the world is watching whether it will act on its commitments. We're going to bring in Tohid Asadi, joining us now live from Tehran. Iran already warning of ceasefire violations just in the first few hours of this ceasefire, and using some very strong language, particularly from the Revolutionary Guard, about how it might respond.
Yes, indeed. We hear this strong message from the Iranian side, warning about the repercussion of the breach of the ceasefire agreement. And obviously, Lebanon and the situation there seems to be critically important, as you mentioned, from the Iranian Foreign Minister FM Araghchi and also from the Speaker of the Parliament. And added to that, now we hear from the Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian during his phone call with his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron. He came out to say that the ceasefire in Lebanon is one of the pivotal conditions when it comes to the 10-point Iranian proposal directed to the United States. And obviously, this is not the only factor that runs the risk of further escalation and a potentiality of maybe Iran's withdrawal from the ceasefire agreement. But also we know that in addition to that, Iranians are now talking about the attacks that happened in Lavan Island. Also, they are talking about the downing of a drone in central areas of the country. And obviously, all in all, we can say that we're dealing with a very, I would say, brittle and fragile situation as Iran and the United States are heading towards a meeting on Friday scheduled in Istanbul, in Islamabad, my apologies, to pave the way for a diplomatic settlement to settle down the issues. But still, we know that even when it comes to that meeting, Iran says it's going to take part. Iranian president as well as the National Security Council of the country confirmed that, but the context is surrounded by this cloud of mistrust when it comes to Iranian perspective towards any rapprochement with the United States. And obviously, that's coming from the very fact that they've already tried the trajectory of negotiation and diplomatic engagement, not once but twice over the past 10 months. I think all sides are pretty much aware of how high the stakes are, but still Iranian side is talking about a preparedness, a full readiness for any confrontational scenario down the road. This is what we hear from the IRGC, the military sources here, that it seems in a sense they are not that much positive that there's going to be a sustained peace, even though the country is trying the trajectory of diplomatic engagement.
Tohid Asadi there talking to us from Tehran. Thank you very much indeed.